This is part 2. Previously on Shining Force Resonance, we went through the prologue tutorial where we fought the first boss, and one of our allies turned into a giant dragon. We're fighting this lady Excel over here in the black, who's the most modestly dressed character in the game, apparently. The most modestly dressed female character in the game, apparently. Yeah, the scene goes on for about 10 minutes. It's her talking to this dude, and pretty much the same visual, feedback you're getting now. I mean, it's just two characters staring off camera, and they're supposed to be looking at each other, but obviously the game doesn't want to pay for, like, different backgrounds and cutaways, so it just has them, It's basically this Metal Gear Solid idea where you just have two characters talking over a wall of text, emoting over a wall of text. And like I said, the characters gesticulate a little bit, but other than that, they don't interact with each other at all, other than through dialogue. So it's very impressionistic, obviously. I mean, obviously a lot of Japanese. I want to say Japanese RPGs have been doing this. Not Metal Gear. I don't want to blame Metal Gear Solid for this, but Japanese RPGs have basically been doing this kind of storytelling for at least a decade. I want to say the PS3. The PS3 obviously had tons of RPGs like this. I mean, I've done videos on Mugen Souls. Well, I'll put up a Mugen Souls video later. Hyperdimension Neptunia. A couple of other games I played. Tales of Xillia did this too, where it's like, you don't really get cutscenes all the time. You mainly get dialogue sequences like this. Illustrated radio, as Chuck Jones once said. Only it doesn't even have the visual dynamism of a Rocky and Bullwinkle episode. Although, to be fair, again, it's mainly designed to provide a little bit more visual feedback than the old days, where it was just, a character portrait in front of a wall of text with some SD characters. But it's probably, Zest gets kind of annoying pretty quickly. I can see what they're trying to do, but whatever. Anyway, we'll leave here. Of course, he kind of breaks up the blandness of the dialogue in this sequence. I guess Excella's okay, but I mean, we're not exactly talking about J.R. Ewing here. But by the way, I haven't done much of the Refrain mode yet, but if you choose the Refrain mode instead of the original mode, the tutorial is exactly the same. I'll probably show that in a later video, but basically, if you start in the Refrain mode, it has the exact same opening that we just did in original mode. You start out with the exact same character, Sophia, running through that castle, getting into fights while the game explains how the battle system works. So, whatever. I checked around some discussion groups because I told them I was playing this game. They weren't terribly impressed with it either. But of course, most of the people I've been talking to were fans of the older games. The Shining Force turn-based games on the Genesis, and of course, Shining Force on the Saturn. Shining the Holy Ark, and Shining Force 3 were the Saturn games they played. So maybe they're not really down with this, but some of them didn't really like the Diablo clones they made. Shining Force Neo was first on the PlayStation 2. Shining Force Exa was a sequel, and they were both developed by the people who did Record of Lodos Wars on the Dreamcast. And that game was a Diablo clone, basically. It was a controller-based Diablo clone. Isometric view, dealing with mobs of enemies, gathering loot, that kind of thing. Now, this series apparently it's a franchise, actually. This series has more than a dozen titles. I've only heard of half of them. I knew the Genesis games, obviously, because they were the originals. Shining in the Darkness is the first. That I forgot. It's like Might and Magic and Wizardry and Bard's Tale and Ultima Underworld, where you, go through a maze. It's a first-person view, and you go through a maze, you get into fights with enemies, that kind of thing. I have Advanced Dungeons and Dragons on the Super NES, but I haven't recorded it yet. I haven't played it yet either. That's a more traditional first-person dungeon crawler. I'll probably do some videos on that later. But I don't have a manual, so I got to go to an FAQ and watch Pro Jared videos and figure out how to play that game. Because I never actually played an old-school Dungeons and Dragons maze crawler before. And I have, like I said, I have Shining Force 1, 2, and Shining in the Darkness on the PlayStation, on the Xbox 360, because I have Sonic's Ultimate Game Collection. Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection, excuse me. So that's going to be my excuse to play those games again. But for the first time, actually. Okay, I got a Dragon Believer trait. Will this be another immodestly dressed female character? Or they're just not going to show? They're just going to show her portrait and not show her model, huh? They're not going to show her character model, I guess. See, there's Emma. They're not going to show her on screen either. So these two characters just going to stare off into the distance, and these characters were clearly not on the same screen, but they're clearly in the same room. I mean, it's not like they're doing a. It's like they're doing a telepathic conversation, like in a Dark Phoenix saga. Or like at Last Jedi, where you have what was it? It was Rey and God, what's the bad guy's name? They basically have Rey, but telepathic butt dialing Kylo Ren. Anyway, we'll have that conversation later. But they had a middleman. We're not going to talk about Snoke. Okay. What was I yammering about? Yeah. There were a couple of PlayStation 2 games I totally forgot about. Like Shining Tears. Didn't know anything about Shining Tears. I totally forgot about that game. Also a game in this series. Came out in this country. There was a Shining Force game that only came out in Japan on the PlayStation 2. I've never heard of it. This game, Shining Resonance Refrain, is a remake, or a remaster, I suppose, of the PlayStation 3 game that was released in Japan only called Shining Resonance. Again, I never saw it. But this looks a lot like it, obviously. This looks very much like a PS3 Japanese RPG with all these characters, you know, like I said, these characters staring off screen while not staring at each other. You know, static backgrounds and characters gesticulating. PS3 era confirmed. I had no idea, but apparently this game wasn't particularly good. But you know what? It's a JRPG, and people like JRPGs in concept. Of course, this story isn't this. This is going to go on forever, isn't it? Well, you're starting to get some idea about how much of this game is cutscene based. But you can skip them. I've been skipping cutscenes every now and then, but I kind of wanted you to get a feel for this. I'll probably end up doing a video later with just, you know, without my commentary, but, you know, just the Japanese dialogue. I'll probably do a video with the English dialogue too. It's gonna just you can kind of get a feel for it. But the text, the subs are not bad. I get the dialogue's actually reasonably literate, so it's actually not. It's better than some anime I've seen. I was just watching My Hero Academia, and I thought the subs were actually kind of incredibly bland and flat and kind of overly technical. It's really kind of disappointing, really. So when they actually did the script, the English language script for the voice actors, they cleaned them up a bit and they made the dialogue a bit more natural. So I'm always a fan of that. Transliterations I actually prefer, just as long as they don't go overboard with some of the, you know, some of the localization changes. I think if they go over the top with it or they just make them bad, okay, I'll complain if they're bad. But in the case of something like what was it? Shaman King, or what was the other show? Shin-Chan, you're clearly making a completely different show. You're changing the tone of the series almost completely. But Shin-Chan was a situation where the localizers hired, I think it was Evan Dorkin, you know, the Eltingville dudes. They hired Evan Dorkin to kind of punch up the dialogue, make it a bit more irreverent, I guess, and they did a pretty good job. They took a more conventional anime comedy series and made it more like South Park, which I don't mind because they actually made the show a better show in that case. The original Shin-Chan was kind of like Roseanne. It's kind of like the original Roseanne series. Very irreverent, but it wasn't South Park level. It was, like I said, it was a kind of a traditional anime comedy with some Roseanne-ish charms, you know. But the American the Adult Swim version just kind of, you know, punched it up a lot. They dialed it up to 11. I thought they made it a better show, actually. It's kind of hilarious. But I think it's time for me to skip the cutscenes. What do you think? I don't want to spend 10 minutes just watching this crap. Skip. Okay, so we'll do an audio cue so we can get to some real exploration. I didn't want to spend 10 minutes on the cutscenes. I apologize for that. Sorry about that. I can be short-tempered sometimes. Yeah, we'll get to that later. Don't worry about that. Finally getting our footing. Next. Don't make that face. Next. Show me around, huh? That'd be great. I've never been to such a big city before, so I'd like to check it out. Next. Okay, good. Let's go. Marga, the sea capital. The seaside capital. Pause. Marga is a flourishing coastal city in Astoria's capital. Astoria is such a generic name. I've used it in my own stories. We're not going to talk about those. Okay, story icons. Things that can be examined. That's a very inappropriate image. Like the citizens of Marga, can sometimes have a story icon displayed on them. To move the main events forward, look for the exclamation point. Look for the double bang icon. Next. Okay, Y. Check out the big map. So we're gonna go. Okay, we're in the blue. You can barely see that. Guess we're gonna make a B. I don't know where. There's a save point around here, actually. Yeah, that's right. It's near one of these other characters, so we'll get a chance to see that. It's over here. There it is. I see it. Next to the story character. We'll save here. We're gonna overwrite this because that was just something I was recording the cutscenes last night. Ultimately, I wound up skipping them, so whatever. Back. Okay. Let's see what this lady wants. Didn't I see you in Princess Crown? Actually, sorry, you were in Dragon's Crown. My apologies. You shrunk. Ooh, she's got the, what do you call that? The two different color eyes, dichroma, whatever. I used to work with someone who had a gray eye and I think it was a gray eye and a green eye, I forget. But I always thought it was a cute touch. You draw characters with different color eyes. I always like that. If you want something, I'll sell it. You better have the money, though. The red and green's a very aggressive color setup there. Anyway, buying, selling, and items. You will need gold to buy items. Gold can be attained by defeating monsters and selling items. Make sure you're prepared for your journey when traveling around Alfheim. She may look unfriendly, but she's not a bad person. She looks very friendly to me. She looks fine to me. But we're gonna move on. We're not gonna buy anything from you, lady. Characters who own shops or facilities have shop icons on them. Talk to them or make use of their services. Bop. Next. We have plenty of so I guess we have plenty of these audio cues. We'll talk to her later. She's actually on our team, I think. Yeah, the chick in the blue who was just in our cutscenes. Oh, so you want me to whip something up? Was he an alchemist? This is Yuma. The name's Repel. I'm an alchemist. Yep. Called it. Full Metal Alchemist. What's an alchemist? Oh, we specialize in surgery. Anyway. You can make anything from military weapons to day-to-day supplies. For instance, Rappel's workshop. You can synthesize material. You use to synthesize in aspect pieces. Next. With item synthesis, you will create potions and materials that will be useful on your journeys. Next. With aspect synthesis, we will create aspect pieces that will come in handy in battle. So as long as you bring me the materials, I can make anything you need. You would need. Okay, thanks for that. Okay, you're the honest type, huh? I like you. You can have this. So I guess he's a lot more friendly than the witch chick. What's this? It's really pretty. Gives you an aspect. Well, let's just say it can make you powerful and all kinds of... So it's a buff, basically. Try stick. Yeah, it's a buff for your weapon. Like materia in Final Fantasy VII. Is that how this works? See, Rappel? This sounds like a Jesse Cox kind of game. It looks very much like a Jesse Cox kind of RPG. Anyway, we'll get to that later. So we got something else? Tee-hee-hee. Right. Did I miss out on some shipping I was supposed to be paying attention to? That's pretty much everything in this town, huh? Yeah, bustling city with 2 items of interest. In peace. Alright, let's return to the Seagull and rest. Astoria's in Washington State, isn't it? My Pacific Coast geography isn't great. It's probably one of those lesser towns by the coast. I don't know. But Astoria sounds like it's such a soap opera city name. Like Genoa City. And the fact that I know that probably tells you more about me than you should. Let's see. Selections and affection. Hey, I've seen 30 episodes of Bold and Beautiful. Anyway. Sometimes when you are conversing with your friends, actually no, Young and the Restless had Genoa City. So, Bull and the Beauty, anyway, I don't remember the name of this. Sometimes when you are conversing with your friends, a selection will appear for you to choose how Yuma will reply. Depending on your selection, the affection of your companions will change. If you think about the personality here and replying, letting time run out is also letting time run out. Yeah, I'm not going to respond, just ignore everything you just said. So this is like social RPGing like Persona and Xenoblade Chronicles 1. I want to say thanks for saving me. Ugh. It's a bit stuffy, but I guess she's very formal. Yeah, she's kind of... Let's invite her. Why not? Alright. Well, I guess you don't want to come along, huh? No obligation. Just an invitation. RSVP whenever. Try examining the Shining search points. You may find something that will help you on your journey. Shining search points. Roll credit. I got a cheer carrot. We're done. Let's go back to the safe spot and bail. What else are we supposed to do here, Sophia? You're the guide. Well, anyway. We're not going to buy anything from her. See you, sorceress. See you again when we play some more Dragon's Crown, huh? Okay. Anyone else we need to talk to? There's a story mission over there. What up? Primula. Yeah, she was in the cutscene we just saw. Again, her model didn't appear on screen. Okay, I don't like her already. She's a punk youth. I don't like you. Let's go to the event. Punk youth. Next. There's someone here to see you. Next. Next. Well, he got his model, just no model for the other two characters, I guess. How are you holding up? Okay. Yeah, apparently we're Dragoneers. Yeah. Well, caretaker of Dragoneers. No, she's supposed to be one of the Knights of Astoria, which is a very fancy title. I like it a lot. Very genre appropriate. Wait, there's no spoken dialogue here. That's weird. Okay. Seagull Inn. You and the party will stay at the Seagull Inn. The party's HP and MP can be restored by talking to Emma and resting. Next. Make sure to rest often. Yeah. Whatever. Can we do some actual combat, please? This video's kind of getting really annoying. Careful, you two. Okay. Can we kill something already? I feel as though I'm spinning my wheels and dragging my heels. Quest memo. You can open the quest memo by pressing RT. The quest memo has notes about quests you've accepted and their current status. Next. Traits and bonds. Traits are the quirks and characteristics of each character. You can change them in the bond diagram menu. Not quirks like in My Hero Academia, I suppose. Characters next to each other in the bond diagram will form different bonds depending on the combination of their traits. Next. I'm probably just going to mash on the buttons anyway. I might not even need to do any of this in a real fight. Accept the traits you would like and create your own bond diagram. Buy Shining Bonds for great justice. I can rest, I can go to the library, or I can talk. Well, I guess she does have a model after all. It's not a particularly good model, but anyway. It'll do. Information about characters and monsters, as well as event illustrations. Ooh, tutorials. You got the tutorial book again? Oh. So I can just come back here anytime then, huh? Let me check. Yeah. Okay, so I can just come back here anytime, though. That saves me a bunch of trouble. Wish I'd known that earlier. So I can just skip all this next time? I mean, it's going to hold you by the hand the whole time. I mean, what is this, a Super NES game? What is this, a Super NES first-party game? I mean, what are we talking about here? Hey, don't sass me for that. I played Super Metroid and Legend of Zelda 3. The game was all about holding your hand for like 10 hours. What was it? I think Dungeon Explorer 3 had that problem. It's like Tom Chick said something about, look, this is a Crystal Dynamics game from 1995 or whatever. No, it's a Crystal Dynamics game that was made specifically to tell people how to play it. Because, you know, everyone needs to be held by the hand. So the entire game... It's like, I think Final Fantasy 13 was the worst of that, apparently. Or was it Final Fantasy 12? I don't remember. It was one of those games... One of those recent Final Fantasies was like... The entire game was on freaking rails. I think it was Final Fantasy 13, the original one. Not Lightning Return to the opposite problem. It didn't tell you how to do anything in that game. So... Which is part of the reason why I liked it, because I was exploring around. But Final Fantasy 13 was like a 30-hour tutorial before it finally take off the training wheels and said, okay, now you get to play the game for real. I'm like, what the heck? I mean, I get it. You know, you don't want to be... it's a Final Fantasy game. It's a AAA game. You don't want people to get left behind. You know, they want to see a story. Okay, well, in the case of Lightning Returns, it was obviously the opposite. It was like, you know, we have no idea what we're doing, and we're not going to tell you how to do it. And people are going to wander around for the first 2 hours of the game trying to figure out what to do and how to make progress. They're going to drive themselves nuts. Yeah, I got the world map. See, these marks mean... Tutorial. View the continent of Alphine by pressing the Windows button to open the world map. World map displays the destination. Check it out. Check it when you are going to a new location. Maps, am I right? Don't be afraid to check it when you need to. Yeah, I'm a dude. I'm not afraid to ask for directions and read maps. That's how I build my navigation skills. Anyway. Field chats. Like in Xenoblade. Sometimes characters initiate a conversation while on the field. Various interactions can take place, including small talk and advice regarding your current objective. Depending on the message, you respond by pressing LB or RB. Next. Menu button. There's your world map. So is this like Final Fantasy Tactics? Well, I can't fast travel here yet. Maybe I have to unlock it first. That. All right, so let's do it. Can I save here? Probably not. How do I save? I have to go back to. I think I have to go back to town and save. But anyway, we're doing fine. We're not dead. Let's look for a save point while we're out here. Yes, yes, it's very beautiful. Pick up the glowing stuff. Now, the question is this combat better than Dragon Quest XI, which I won't get to play until it comes out on PC or something. And I realize I don't have any Dragon Quest games, so you will not be seeing me play any Dragon Quest games right now, maybe later. I don't even have... Well, Dragon Quest Warriors... Yeah, Dragon Quest Warriors came out on the PS3 in Japan only. So I will not be able to play that game for you all. It came out on the PS4 in America, but not the PS3 version. That makes me very disappointed. And don't blame them. I mean, did you see how bad Hyrule Warriors turned out on the DS, on the 3DS? I think probably like a 20 frames per second bit rate. 20 frames per second frame rate. But I guess the obvious question is, where's the save spot? Gosh darn it. Is there a town over there? Look like teepees. Hey, Frogger! Your game sucks. Yeah, let's go to this town. Yeah, there's a save spot over there. Those red dots aren't chasing me on the map. I'm not going to complain. Okay. There it is, right there, a safe spot. So we're doing okay. Yeah, we're fine. So maybe we'll get into some fighting. What do you say, B? The fighting shouldn't be a big deal, though. Let's see if we can unlock another fast travel point. How we doing, by the way? Well, we're getting closer. So there's that. We're getting closer to something. Don't know what. We're getting closer. That crap. Gated content. Okay, game. I see what you're trying to do. You're not trying to be Skyrim. You're trying to be Dragon's Dogma, I guess. Which is fine, I suppose. You know, whatever. Can't have people getting lost out in these big open worlds, am I right? What kind of video gamer would possibly want to play a big open world game where you can do whatever you want at any time without having to worry about gated content? Who would play a game like that? Especially an RPG. Who wants to play RPGs with freedom? So I can drop the sarcasm, dial it down to 11.5 for once. I'll dial down the sarcasm to 10.5 this time. I'm not going that way. Okay, so I can't go that way, so I have to go this way. Okay, so now I know. He wound up doing an audio cue a bit later. That's not the way I want to go. I want to go this way. I want to go northwest. Boy, the ostrich. Is that a cassowary? Whoops, a cassow! Uh-oh, risky encounter. Yeah, these are cassowaries. You know, the flightless birds are the most dangerous birds in the world, apparently. Native to New Zealand and Australia, right? Anyway. When a risky encounter occurs, the enemy starts first, and the player is unable to perform actions for a time. Next. Crap. The enemy encounter is from behind. Next. The battle will begin at a disadvantage, so be careful when moving. Next. Conducting. Like Bugs Bunny, I guess. While pressing up, you can order your entire party to change strategies. I'm not going to change strategies yet. So I'm going to play dumb till the game forces me to play smart. It's called conducting. Use to change behavior of your party members. Next. Additionally, by pressing left, right, or down, individual orders to each party member, you can do solo conducting. Next. Individual order to one of your allies regards the current strategy here, before its current action. Next. Do appropriate commands to feature enemies while synergizing with your allies. Next. Okay, I can't move yet. Because remember, they got us from behind. Okay, the advantage is over. They got in a free shot. Knocked him down. Okay, he had some invincibility frames there. Is he healing? I think he's casting a bird flame. I don't want him to do that. No one else is dead, so that's good. Kill him. Down he goes. Okay, what's her name isn't dead? The blonde chick. I don't know her name. I'm not escaping. I'm not running away. Go away. During battle, you can escape by running out of the battle area. We're not going to do that. You need to push against the battle area for a few seconds. When you escape without receiving experience, gold, or items from the battle. Yeah, we're not that. We're fine. Press the Y button for the super attack. Knocks him down with one shot. It's got a bit of a wind up, but it knocks him down, so that's good. I got gold, no items dropped. We going the right way? Oh, got a treasure chest. You got to see at least one fight in this video. I got a muscle apple. Okay, nothing about that made sense. They give you clean teeth, though, I've been told. I guess it's the alkaline. They neutralize some of the... I guess they neutralize some of the saliva. I don't know. The whole apple a day keeps the doctor away. Dentist, whatever. Here's a story-based thing here. Uh-oh. I don't know if I want to fight that just yet. Is there a save point around here? Yeah, let's not do that just now. Yeah, let's not test our strength just now. I got a happy berry. Not a Halle Berry, but a happy berry. How do I get the crap? I can't go this way. I think there's a red line over here. Okay, that's a problem. Swallowtail, whatever that means. So there's something over here. But I can't save my game, so I don't know if I want to fight it yet. Yep, can't go anywhere. Dangerous, huh? Okay, what are we going to call you? Blonde chick with a ponytail. What do I call you? I'll figure out another name for you. Because I can't remember your name. I'll give you another one. I mean, I could call you by your name, but you know. We're playing an RPG. Let's have a little fun with you. I guess we're gonna keep Sonia. What is the brunette Sophia or Sonia? I don't remember her name anymore. Where's the save spots? Oh, wait. Treasure chest. What do we got? A sand shell. This is completely worthless. At least it feels completely worthless. Why? Okay, so I got my maps back. Let's see. I got a wiggler. You know, like from Mario Brothers. Bah. So I can grab these shining things, but I don't see any save spots. That's not what I heal meant. Don't want the hobgoblin. Level 3, we should be fine. The caterpillar's level 7, so let's not fight that. So I guess they're doing the MMORPG thing, I guess. Okay, at least they let me go back the way I came, so that's good. So we're not able to do much exploration in this part of the game. That's disappointing. So I guess that means I have to grind a little bit. I can grind. I mean, I'm not afraid to grind, but... Let me get a save spot. So you have to go back towards the town, because that's where the save spot was, right? Yeah, there was no save spot around here, right? Yeah, I don't think there was a save spot here. So that means I gotta go back to town if I want to save the game. That sucks. Let me just make a quick check. Yeah, that's right. There's a save spot down here. So I can, these guys are kind of high level, though, right? Yeah, this place is dangerous. Well, we got a level 4 Frogger. The Frogger should be okay. So I'll, save here, and then I can, tell you what. I'll save here, then I'll do a separate video where I just grind a little bit, see how the combat is, because I don't know. I was afraid this was going to happen.